There's a fish. Oh, it's fighting. It's fighting. What is up? Welcome to the championship round. There are 2 lures remaining. The Lucky Craft Pointer Jerkbait and the XPS Blade Bait Laser Blade from Bass Pro Shops. This is the championship round. Whoever moves on faces whoever wins the fall bracket in the fall. If you're not sure how this tournament works, here's the breakdown.
This is a tournament where we pit 2 lures against one another in the season they do best in. Every fish they catch is 1 point, while each pound a fish weighs is another. And yes, we do include decimals. Each lure gets 2 hours of fishing, totaling 4 hours for the round. Whoever has the most points at the end of the round moves on, while the other is eliminated. If there's a tie after 4 hours, it's sudden death and the next fish wins.
And now how our opponents got here.
In the first round, the Lucky Craft Jerkbait went up against the Spoon. It only caught 1 fish that weighed 1 pound 3 ounces. And that fish was caught in its first 15 minutes into the first hour. But that was enough to hold on, as the Spoon only caught 1 fish that weighed 11 ounces. The Jerkbait has a tough opponent in the next round though, as it advances to go up against the second seeded Blade Bait. The Blade Bait went up against the Grub in what looked early to be a shootout. Both the Blade Bait and the Grub put up 2-pound bass, with the Blade Bait catching a 2-pound 12-ounce bass. It caught a 10-ounce bass later on in its first hour, while the Grub could only manage its 1 2-pound bass. Even though the Blade Bait put up some numbers in round 1, it's going up against the heavily favored number 1 seeded Jerkbait in round 2.
34 degrees, overcast skies, the sun is just starting to peek through. We had some snow showers last night, and let's see how these fish bite. Didn't mean to rhyme that, but it's okay. We're coming out here, ready to catch some fish, hopefully. Let's get this championship round started. We got 1 hour set for the jerkbait for its first round. Here we go. Ready for the championship. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. Sunny skies after a storm. This could be a tough bite. Start off with the sweeping motion. If that doesn't do anything in 30 minutes, we'll switch it up to the twitch pause. The rock is incredibly unstable. That one. First cast. Jerkbait. The jerkbait starts off with a bang. Yo. No, it is not. This again. 2.7, 2 pounds, 7 ounces. There she goes. Please, for the love of God, tell me I got that on camera. My God, that was hilarious. All right, first fish of the day, first cast. Let's see if we can get some more. Well, I don't know if you saw my video back in like October. like for the Halloween video. It was the curse of the first cast bite. And I'm like, I thought about it after I caught that on the first cast, and I'm like, crap. I'm like, crap. Okay. Guys, leave it. Should that count? And there it is. Right as I was taking a picture of the sunfish that I caught, the time runs out and it is over for the jerkbait. I mean, I caught a bluegill and a 2-pound bass, but alright. Now let's get the blade bait tied on and get that going. Alright, it's the blade bait's turn. It has 1 hour to try and catch up to the 2-pound bass that the jerkbait caught. 1 hour set on the clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. One thing I do want to show you, at the end of that last round, I caught a sunfish. I think it might have been a pumpkin seed. Look at this blade bait that I'm using. And look at the sunfish that I caught. I'm going to put a side-by-side comparison right here so you can see the similarities between the two. So if the bass are feeding on those sunfish, and we know those are in here, the blade bait could come out on top today. There we go. There's one for the blade. There we go. On the blade bait. £1, 4 ounces. There she goes. There's the fish. Oh, it's fighting. It's fighting. It's fighting. Oh, barely hooked. £1, 8 ounces. See that? £1, 8 ounces. There it is. The blade bait's turn is finished. Now, the jerkbait has 1 hour to take the lead over the blade bait. If it doesn't, then it will lose and the blade bait will move on, since the jerkbait has no more rounds left after its next round. Okay, so we have the jerkbait tied on. I have 1 hour set on my phone right now. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. Fish. Oh, he's barely hooked. Barely hooked. Ugh. Actually 15 ounces, so almost a pound. There he goes. Probably not the best release since I put him on his back, but he found his way. There it is. That is the end of the jerkbait's turn. It caught one to stay alive and compete with the blade bait. If it didn't catch that one fish that weighed 15 ounces, it would have been eliminated. But it hung in there, it stayed tough, and now it's the blade bait's turn to see if it can catch just one fish to win the winter tournament bracket. Set for 1 hour. Ready and begin. Oh, that was a big fish. That was the winner right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna live or die by this area right here. Reason being, that's the only place where we had a hit this entire hour. And there's only probably about like 10 minutes remaining. There it is! And the jerkbait is the winter bracket champion. The blade bait put up a great fight. It hung in there against the grub, but it couldn't get it done against the jerkbait. Well, that does it for this episode. The jerkbait is the winner of the winter bracket and will face whoever wins the fall bracket later on in the year. The Lucky Craft Pointer 95 hung in there. If you haven't noticed, I've been trying to get a video up every Wednesday for the last 4 weeks, and I believe I've done a really good job of that recently. But since this is going up on a Monday, the last day of winter, there will not be a Wednesday upload this week, but there will be one the following week. Also, it's going to be about a month until I start the spring tournament bracket. So in the meantime, what would you like to see? Would you like to see tutorials? Would you like to see other fishing videos? Would you like to see tutorials in other fishing videos? Let me know. So, with that being said, with the jerkbait moving on to the next round and versing whoever wins the fall bracket, I will see you, and stay tuned for the spring bracket coming in April.